Good evening, everybody. I'm just jumping on here really quickly, just to a little bit of an introduction about myself, and introduce a series of broadcasts that I'm going to do here on my Facebook page for Holly's Holistic Healing. Okay, so first things first, this is my first Facebook Live on my page, and it's something that I really want to explore and do more of. So any feedback would be greatly appreciated. Any ideas or any questions that you have that you'd like answering, please send them my way. My name is Holly, obviously, and I am a holistic and spiritual entrepreneur. I'm a holistic healer and light worker. And my mission is to inspire others to live happier, healthier, and more spiritual lives through various works that I do and various projects that I'm running. And tonight I wanted to share some thoughts and philosophy with you for something that I'm going to call Wise Words Wednesdays. Now, I'm going to be talking about the subject of self-love tonight, and I hope it'll be short and sweet, and I hope that you can take something away from it. And typically I get a croak in my throat as I'm about to start talking, so hopefully it'll go away as I start getting to the point of what I'm trying to say. But yes, okay, so the most important thing to remember in life is that our spirits are here to learn. Okay, we are here on a journey of discovery, and every single one of us makes mistakes. That's part of the process of learning and evolving. It is by recognizing these mistakes and by having awareness of them and how they happened, and most of all working out what it is that can be learned from them, that we learn, grow, and hopefully not make the same mistake again. If we do, it's because we miss something. And life, the universe, or whatever you like to call it, is very generous at giving us opportunities to learn, and they will keep throwing the same lessons at us over and over again until the lesson is learned. You know, how many times do we find ourselves in a situation again and just question, how did we get to this place again? And it's because we missed something. You know, sometimes and oftentimes we think we've fully healed ourselves from a particular relationship or an interaction with someone. And it's only by revisiting that we realize that actually we haven't healed from that at all. And, you know, until we put a pin in what it is that we need to learn from that, we will keep going through it again and again and again. But it's important to remember that it's the same for all of us, that we're all here to make mistakes. You know, if we didn't, we'd never grow, and we'd never make a conscious decision to change our behavior and improve our lives for the better. A big problem for all of us is how we feel about ourselves having made those mistakes, particularly if we do keep reliving the same mistakes again. It's how we talk to ourselves, how we treat ourselves. And sometimes that's the lesson that we need to learn. We need to stop beating ourselves up about these things. Our relationship with ourselves is the one and only one that we will have our entire lives. And how we feel about that and how we treat ourselves is very, very important. We can be having a really good day, a really productive day, when we feel we are moving forward with our lives, and out of nowhere, like a punch in the stomach, our mind will conjure up a memory and remind us of something from our past, and boom, our positive mood, our happy spell goes whizzing off like a punctured balloon. We come crashing down to the ground. It's like a cold, creeping shiver that goes up our spine, and can suck our positive mood away. It just completely changes our vibrational frequency. Or similarly, we could be having a really lovely, happy day, and the thoughts start to trickle in. Gosh, you look fat today, or gosh, look at the house, it's a mess. I can't believe you've let it get in such a state. Or, gosh, I can't believe you haven't got a job, you're useless. Or, I can't believe you're still single. You must be so unlovable, and so on and so forth. And we can become stuck, constantly looking at the negative things, constantly being mean and talking to ourselves in a way that makes us feel worthless and makes us feel negative and miserable. It really, really is an addictive cycle that we can get into, and it's very, very dangerous. Very dangerous. And, it's often hard to get out of. And that's where mindfulness practice is very, very helpful, because, we can nip these things in the bud and actually kind of use distraction techniques, which I can talk about in a later video, to get ourselves out of that thought pattern. But the most important thing is to acknowledge these thoughts, stop them in their tracks, as I said. We wouldn't talk to our friends and our loved ones the way we speak to ourselves, but it's ourselves that we spend the most time with. Now, I think one of the most important things that I'm going to say in this recording tonight, hello whoever's online, by the way, I can't see who it is, but I know there's a couple of people here. Thank you for joining. But yeah, the most important thing I think that I want to stress is that just because we have a thought, it doesn't make it true. Our subconscious mind can throw all sorts of things into our conscious mind, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they're true. We have to treat ourselves as someone who deserves love, who deserves care and affection, and we can't always guarantee that we're going to get that from other people. But we can start to nurture the habits that allow us to give it to ourselves. A thought is just a thought, and we can dismiss them without engaging in them. Like I said, just because we have a thought, it doesn't mean that it's true. Sometimes spirit can help us to find the love and the nurturing and the support that we all need from time to time, but they can actually help an incredible amount. But we need to allow it in. We need to have that awareness that we have got our teammates around us, supporting us. They're there when we need them. We just have to remember to ask, and we just have to be open to receive the love that they can bring. If we're constantly putting ourselves down and focusing on negativity, it's really hard for them to fill us with the love that we're asking for when we feel that we're not worthy of it. So what we all need to do is be kinder and more loving towards ourselves, and it will allow it to flow in from others and other places. In times where you're having difficulty in accepting help or love or support, remember that you have to forgive yourself. You have to love yourself. And if there are things stopping you from doing that, then you need to release them and let them go. I know it's easier said than done, but bringing your awareness to these things is a positive start. If there are people or situations around you reinforcing the beliefs you have about yourself, reinforcing, the things, say if you're not happy about your body, or, you can't forgive yourself for certain things you've done. If people are going to keep reminding you of those things, rubbing them in your face and not letting you forget them and release them from yourself, then it's time to say enough. These people are not helping you. They're not helping you grow. They're not helping you nurture the happiness that you deserve at the end of the day. You need to change the way you think about things, and you need to take control back. Our attitude and our self-talk is the key. For every negative thought that you have about yourself, I want you to list 3 things that you really, really like about yourself. If you're not happy with certain areas of your life, focus on areas that make you happy and start to make changes one little habit at a time. The most important thing in life is the love we feel for ourselves, because without that love, how can other people love us? And if you feel there are mistakes you've made in the past that make you undeserving or unworthy, remember that they're in the past. It's gone and it's done. And if you have learned from your mistakes, and they're lessons and not mistakes, forgive yourself and move on. Don't determine your self-worth by other people's opinions of you, but look within and find it there instead. Those of us who have got a spiritual understanding and know that we are spiritual beings here having a human experience. You know, we are blessed to have a glimpse at the bigger picture of why we're really here, and whatever that is. So, you know, it's important to keep that in perspective. You know, it doesn't matter if you're carrying a couple of extra pounds. It doesn't matter if you got cross and shouted at someone that you didn't mean to shout at. And various bits and pieces. In the grand scheme of things, they don't matter. So stop holding on to them. And, you know, it's also really important to remember that we need to stop focusing on accumulating wealth and possessions. You know, it's not going to make you happy. You know, stop saying I'll be happy when I've got a bigger TV. I'll be happy when I've got a faster car. I'll be happy when I've got a nicer house, or the house is decorated, or the house is tidy. These are all things that are stopping you looking at what the issue is, and that is lack of love for yourself. Okay? It's about loving one another, sharing, helping and connecting to one another. And that's not possible when we're not loving, sharing and connecting and helping ourselves. So remember that help is always there for us when we need it. And we are here to learn, grow and love. Mistakes are what make us human. It's why we're here. It's how we learn from that changes the course of our life and the journey of our spirits. So if you only take one thing from this, please remember that none of us are perfect. We are all battling with our internal voices. So try to make yours kinder, you know. If that's the only mission that you have in the next month or the next year, it's make your inner voice kinder and do things for yourself. You know, I am going to talk about self-care in another video. I'm even putting some courses together and some online events about nurturing and developing self-love. I did, back last year I did, I've got a blog post that I wrote about it actually, but I did the 100 Happy Days challenge. I don't know if any of you have come across that. And basically what you do is you post a picture every day for 100 days of something that made you happy that day. And for me, it was absolutely transformational. I was going through a bit of a rough time when I decided to start doing that challenge, and I didn't actually know how rough it was going to get. And I think that challenge really, really changed the landscape of my life for those 100 days. You know, even when you're having a really sucky, awful day, you would be looking for that one happy thing. And by doing that, you found, well, I found that there was just flooding in these things that I was feeling grateful for and appreciative of. And, you know, it really, really changed my outlook and my habit. So nurturing self-care habits is something I want to focus on by doing the same thing. I think I'm going to do like 100 days of self-care or something like that. But watch this space about what's going to come with that. I can see someone else has just joined, so thank you so much for tuning in. I'm actually just wrapping up now. So yeah, come back and listen to the replay because I hope that you can get something from it. So yeah, I just want to say thank you all for listening. And I really appreciate you for being here. This was my first Facebook Live on my page. Oh, hi Jackie, thank you. I was so nervous about coming on here and doing this. And so just to know that there's a few people out there listening has made it a better experience for me. So thank you. Oh, and Emma, thank you so much for the love and for the hearts. So yeah, so love, light and blessings to you all, and hopefully catch you again next week for my second Wise Words Wednesday. Love and light. Bye.